Hey, what's up everybody? It's Aubree and I have a full week of dinners for you. 6 in fact, plus 2 desserts. In my last grocery haul, I mentioned I was starting Weight Watchers. Well, I did, then life happened. If you're here for weight loss motivation, this is not the channel for you. We try our very best to eat healthy, and some weeks we do a lot better with it, but this wasn't one of those weeks. If you want to see what I cooked for my family, I'd love to have you stick around. Come on, let's get into it. So this is Sunday night and we are having cheeseburger soup. This is one of my family's favorites. I first saw this made on Kristen Stepp's channel and it looked really good and I decided to make it. So that was a while ago. I don't even remember when she posted it, but it was a long time ago. So anyway, I am browning up 2 pounds of ground beef in a pot. The recipe I found online to go by said 1.5 pounds, but my meat is sectioned out into about 1 pound in each, package. So I just put 2 pounds. It's okay. It worked out fine. Then I am chopping up a white onion or a yellow onion. I don't know. I'm chopping up an onion and I'm going to put that in with the ground beef, and then I am going to use my meat chopper tool to chop up the meat. And then I'm going to brown that up, and while I brown that up, I'm going to add salt, pepper, garlic powder. I don't think I added onion powder this time. I'm not sure. And then once it's all browned up, I'm going to shred up some carrots. Now I only had baby carrots and it made it difficult to shred up, but I was able to work with what I had, and a carrot's a carrot, right? So it worked fine and it was delicious. And then, so once the ground beef and the onions and the carrots are all cooked, I add 6 cups of chicken stock or chicken broth. I'm not sure exactly what, but I had 1 container of chicken broth, and then I ended up using, which I think is about 4 cups, and then I ended up using 2 chicken bouillon cubes in 2 cups of warm water, and I whisked that together, and then I added that to the pot as well. And I let that come up to a boil, and that is when I added 2 cups of milk. I thought I needed heavy whipping cream for this recipe, but I didn't. I needed milk, so I added 2 cups of milk, and then I added 16 ounces of Velveeta cheese. Now I just used the cheese melt from Aldi, and to be honest, it tastes almost identical, so save the money and get the Aldi brand or the Walmart brand. You won't regret it. And then once the cheese has melted, I am going to add 2 cups of elbow noodles to the soup. I pull it off when it's like, I don't know, like halfway cooked, so that while it continues to cook and then I go to eat it, it's not gonna be super mushy. I hope that makes sense. If not, comment down below and I'll try and explain it a little bit better. And that's it. I do believe I added some basil to the mix a little bit later, but I think I did that off screen. I will link the recipe that I follow down in the comments below if you want to check it out. This is a really great soup. It's something my husband asks for his birthday dinner, and my son really enjoys it.
Hey guys, I'm Connor, and if you didn't know, I'm with Happily Aubree right now. Say hello, Mom. And yes,
Hello.
Happily Aubree is my mom. So let's get into the video now, shall we? And scene.
My son Connor wanted to hop on the camera with me this night. This is Tuesday night, and he is such a ham bone. He is always being silly, and I love him so much. But anyway, we are going easy tonight. We are having breakfast for dinner, and all we're having is bacon, biscuits, and eggs. We are just using the Pillsbury frozen biscuits. We get these at Sam's Club. I believe I got a package of like 38 or something like that for under $6. And to me, that is a great deal. So if you haven't tried those frozen biscuits, I highly recommend them. And then we're just using some maple bacon. Not my favorite, but my husband surely likes it. And then I'm just scrambling. Oh no, I didn't scramble up eggs this time. I made fried eggs because we've been having a lot of scrambled eggs lately. And I actually was on plan this night for Weight Watchers, and I was in my points with my breakfast. So I didn't have any butter or jelly on my biscuits. What I did was I put the eggs on my biscuit with a piece of bacon and made 2 biscuit sandwiches, and it was so good. My husband and son did end up putting like butter and jelly or apple butter on their biscuits, and that's how they enjoyed their dinner. And this was just such a great night and something that we really enjoyed. And this is where the week started going downhill. My husband went to the grocery store after work and he brought home the fixings to make a peach poke, or not a poke cake, a dump cake. So like it was like a peach cobbler almost. So I'm filming him make the peach dump cake. And so he took a big can and a small can of peaches. I'm not sure about their size, but anyway. And then he sprinkled on some cinnamon, and he's using, I believe, a yellow cake mix on top. And he is just going to cover the peaches with that and then pat the cake mix down into the peaches. And he is going to cover that. He decided to add the cinnamon, and now he's going to add some brown sugar to the mix as well. And then you're going to cut up a stick of butter and place that on top of the cake mix. And then you're just going to bake it for 45 minutes at 375 degrees. And I have to tell you, this was phenomenal. It was like, why did you have to make something so good? I might have gotten into it the next day while he was at work, but it was so good. We served that with some vanilla ice cream, and it was still warm, so it was like melting over the peach cobbler type thing. And there is another dump cake coming in a little bit, so stick around if you want to see dump cake of the week number 2. But this is Wednesday night, and we are making pulled pork mac and cheese. So I am just going to make the mac and cheese sauce, and I'm going to boil some noodles. I'm taking some heavy cream, about half a container. I think it's about maybe 2 cups. And then I cut up what was left of my block of Velveeta, and I put that in, and I'm just going to add some pepper and some white pepper and some red pepper flakes to the heavy whipping cream, and I am going to melt it low and slow so you don't scorch the bottom of the pan. I had some previously shredded up sharp cheddar cheese in my refrigerator, so I decided to use that in the cheese sauce just to give it something a little extra. And to be honest, I kind of didn't taste it, so I don't know if it was even worth putting it in there, but the sauce was very good. And once it is all melted down and it's a thick sauce, I added my cooked elbow noodles to it. Then I transfer it to the foil pan so I can bake it. We have made this once before using pulled pork that we had made ourselves in the crock pot, but we were going easy tonight, and he picked up the Jack Daniel's pulled pork. He thought it was like a regular, no, he didn't think there was any sauce on it, but there was sauce on it already. It was like a barbecue sauce. It ended up being really good with that barbecue sauce in it. So once I microwaved the pulled pork, I think you microwave it. You like cut a slit in the meat and you microwave it in the microwave for like 2 or 3 minutes. I'm not sure. I followed the directions on the back of the container. I dumped it into the black container it comes with, and I mixed it up, and it was perfect. It was ready to eat. So I mixed that in with the macaroni and cheese, and then I covered it with what was left of my shredded cheddar cheese, and then I baked it for 20 minutes in a 350-degree oven. We served our pulled pork mac and cheese with a can of green beans and a Sister Schubert's yeast roll. It was a great dinner. This is how the peach dump cake looked when it came out of the oven. It was, I can't even. I wish you guys could smell it. Very, very, very tasty. We actually waited for a while before we ate this, but it was still warm, probably about 45 minutes later, and served it with some ice cream on top, which melted, and it was just like the perfect dessert. So this was a funny night. This was Thursday, and I had taken out chicken and I had cooked rice because I had planned on making chicken fried rice for dinner. And apparently I had a conversation with my husband where we decided we were not going to have chicken fried rice. We were going to have turkey sandwiches instead. So I was bringing my son home from the dentist, and he's like, I have to go to the store. And I'm like, why are you going to the store? I already have everything. And he's like, I need to get bread for the turkey subs. And I was like, oh, I can't believe I forgot this, which isn't anything new, but it was kind of funny. So he ended up finding the perfect rolls. They were Cuban rolls, and they were so soft, and he just found that in the Walmart bakery. And I just put mayonnaise and mustard, some provolone cheese, and lettuce, tomato, and some oven roasted turkey meat from the deli. These were the best. Like, sometimes the simplest things are so delicious, and just don't rule these out. I mean, we served it with some macaroni salad and some chips. We had barbecue or sour cream and onion. I chose barbecue. My boys chose sour cream and onion, and it was a great night. This is Friday night, and we are making our second dump cake of the week. It was a spiced apple dump cake. We just loved the first one so much we wanted to experiment with another. So this is what my husband brought home, and we decided I wanted to help him. So he's filming me cut up the butter to go on top of the cake mix. So my husband is pouring 3 cans of apple pie filling in the bottom of a 13 by 9 dish, or a 9 by 13 dish, whatever it's called. Now he's just sprinkling some cinnamon and brown sugar over the apples. He is using the spiced cake mix, and he is covering the apples with that, and he is going to use a spoon to press the cake mix into the apples. Now he is covering the cake mix with the sliced up butter. Then he's going to sprinkle some more cinnamon on top before he puts it in the oven for 45 minutes, baked in a 375-degree oven. Tonight is Friday and we are having chicken fried rice. I had cooked my rice previously, so it was sitting in the refrigerator waiting to be added to the pan. So I cut up all of my chicken breasts into small pieces and I added it to a pan with some olive oil in it. And I am just going to cook this chicken until it is done, and then I will remove it from the pan so it doesn't get overcooked while everything else is getting cooked. While the chicken is cooking, I am making some vegetable egg rolls. Okay, I'm not making them. I am putting them on a pan and I am baking some frozen egg rolls. And they were okay. I mean, they weren't anything special, but for egg rolls, I guess they were tasty. I didn't have to create them or anything, so hey, that was awesome. I followed directions on the back of the box. I don't remember what they were, but when they came out, they were cooked perfectly. Now that the chicken is done, there is a little bit of like the drippings, right? So I'm going to add my cold rice to the pan and I am going to just let this warm up for a little bit. And once I do, I'm going to add a frozen bag of mixed veggies to the rice. And I am going to mix this together. Oh, and before the veggies, I forgot I added a little bit of butter to the rice. I wanted to add that to, I don't know, just give it a little bit of fat to crisp it up a little bit. I don't know if it worked or not, but my husband did say this was the best chicken fried rice I have made. I think it's just the best because I haven't made it in forever. Once the veggies are mixed in with the rice, I am going to add some garlic powder and some onion powder on top. This is also where I'm going to add in some soy sauce. Now, I do not know how much soy sauce I used. I just used enough where the rice changed colors and I felt it would give it a good flavor. I do add soy sauce a few times to the rice, and this is just until that I've added enough to the rice to give it a good flavor. I've seen some people add their eggs directly to the pan where the rice already is, but I don't like to do it that way. It just doesn't seem to cook the way that I want it to. So I cook my eggs in a separate pan, and I scrambled up 4 eggs because we like a lot of eggs in our fried rice. So I just added some butter and the eggs to the pan and I scrambled them up. Now I'm moving the eggs around a lot more than I usually do when I'm making scrambled eggs for breakfast. That is because I want smaller pieces of egg in my rice. Now I'm going to add the chicken back in, as well as a few slices of butter. Again, I was hoping to give it that little bit of extra fat to make it fried. It wasn't exactly fried, but it was still pretty good. I mean, what isn't good when you add butter, right? So I mixed that up, and once it's all mixed up, then I add the eggs in. And the last thing I do is I add some sesame oil. You don't want to add too much as it could be overpowering, but just enough to give it that little hint. This is what it looked like when it was all done. I got rice all over my stove, but it was a really good meal. These are my egg rolls. Once they came out of the oven, they had a nice crunch. So I just put some of the fried rice into a bowl, and I am using some yum yum sauce. I had never tried this before now, but I had seen Budget Bethany use it on her channel, and I was like, I want to give this a try. It was good. I don't know. I don't need it, but you know, it added something extra to the meal. This is how the spiced apple dump cake came out when it was done. We just topped it with some vanilla ice cream, and it tasted a lot like apple pie. It was very good. My husband is making the Mississippi pot roast for dinner, and this is not how I remember other people I've seen on YouTube making it, and we got into a conversation about that. So he brought his phone out and he checked his recipe, and he said that was the way he was going to make it because he was following the recipe. So I'm sure it will end up tasting really good anyway. So he is putting some beef broth at the bottom of the crock pot and then adding a ranch packet. And then he's going to add 1 diced onion and whisk that up. So now he's putting the chuck roast on top of the ranch mixture and adding some pepper on top. And then he's just gonna put some pepperoncinis on top. He said he needed a cup. I told him just to pour the whole jar in, juice and all. So we have a whole jar of pepperoncinis on top of the roast. Oh, I forgot he added butter on top as well. He only needed, he said 4 tablespoons. I mean, I thought I saw a whole stick of butter going on this thing in other videos, but his recipe said 4 tablespoons. So that's what he did. And I am doing this voiceover before we've actually tried it, and it is smelling so good. I will let you guys know later how it turned out. Y'all, it turned out so good. It was amazing. Can we just take a moment to appreciate how delicious this looks? It was excellent. On the side, I whipped up some mashed potatoes. I just mixed in half a stick of butter and heavy whipping cream and whipped it together with my mixer. Then I made some broccoli and mushrooms that I baked in the oven, and we had some Sister Schubert rolls on the side. Thank you so much for watching this week's What's for Dinner. If you liked it, please give this video a like and consider subscribing to my YouTube family. I hope you guys have a great week, and I can't wait to see you guys next time in my next video. Bye!